Hi everyone. So for the literacy presentation, I'll be presenting to you guys the interactive read-alouds. So these are the grade levels: pre-K to second grade, grades 3 to 5, grades 6 to 8, and English learners. Now these are the instructional focus for interactive read-alouds. Number 1, oral language. 2 is comprehension, and number 3 is content areas. Now these are the following common state standard for English language art for the interactive read-alouds. 1. Students listen to and comprehend grade-appropriate literature and informational text. 2nd, students ask and answer questions about the test being read aloud. 3rd, students interpret information being read aloud. Now, what is interactive read-alouds? Well, interactive read-aloud is actually the best way for teachers to share books with students. It focuses on students' comprehension. Also, interpretation will be enhanced because students are engaged in the reading process during and after reading. Now, if you're a teacher and if you wanted to use this strategy, you need to introduce first the book and activate students' background knowledge before they begin to read. Next thing that you're going to do, you'll be engaging the students while they read aloud through brief discussions and other activities. And then, after reading the story, you can provide opportunities for students to respond to the book. Now, why do we need to use this instructional strategy? Well, reading aloud is a cherished classroom routine. And according to Dickinson and Tabors, and also they concluded that students are better listeners when they're involved during the reading, not afterward. And also, reading aloud is a procedure that is really effective instructional strategy when you are presenting and reading a book to your class. Right? And listening to the teacher read aloud places heavy cognitive and linguistic demands on English learners. Now, these are the reasons why read alouds is really important for English learners. Number 1, they provide an opportunity for students to listen to age-appropriate texts that they couldn't read on their own. 2nd, they build essential background knowledge on a topic along with new vocabulary words. 3rd, students will learn about literary genres and structure. Now, how are we going to use this instructional strategy? Now, these are 5 steps, and we're going to start with number 1. Of course, teacher will need to pick a book. Now, teacher choose award-winning books or other high-quality books that are appropriate for students that fit into their instructional programs. 2nd, preview the book. Teachers practice reading the book to ensure that they can read it fluently and to decide where to pause and engage students with the text. And then, teacher will gonna write notes to mark what pages are they reading now, and then teachers also think about how they introduce the book and select difficult vocabulary words to highlight and to explain. 3rd is introduce the book. Teachers activate students' background knowledge, set a clear purpose for listening, and preview the text. 4th one will be read the book interactively. Well, teachers read the book aloud, modeling fluent and expression or expressive reading. Teacher will stop periodically to ask some questions to focus students on specific points in the text and involve them in the conversation or while the teacher is actually reading the book. 5, involve students after reading activities. Now, students participate in discussions and other types of response activities like collaborative discussion or ask and answer questions. That is really perfect. Now, these are some interactive techniques when you're reading a story or a nonfiction book or poetry. So for stories, You can make and revise predictions and pivotal points in the story. You're going to talk about what students are visualizing or how they're using other strategies. You can share personal, world, literary, and media connections. You can draw a picture of a characters or an event, reenact a scene from the story. If you're reading a nonfiction book, you can ask some questions or share information. Raise hands and when specific information is read. And then third one, restate headings as a question by just asking it. And you can also let your student take notes, more especially if that passage is really important or the sentence is really important. And the last one, your student can complete a graphic organizer while they're reading or while they're listening to the story. Now, if you're reading a poetry, you can do this following techniques. One, you can add sound effects, like also facial expression, pronunciation, enunciation of the specific word. Mumble, read along with the teacher, repeat lines after the teacher. Clap when rhyming words, alliteration, onomatopoeia, and other devices are heard. And then you can do a choral reading as well. Now, when do we use this strategy, or when to use this strategy? Well, teachers use this instructional strategy whenever they read aloud, no matter whether what time is it or what schedule is it. You can do these activities as it is, as long as your students know the expectation and you set a goal and expectation for that period. This is really amazing. Also, reading aloud has always been cherished time in kindergarten and first grade classroom. But however, sometimes teachers think they shall read to children only until they learn to read for themselves, which is not good. But reading aloud to share is actually pretty awesome because you can share to your kiddos the excitement in reading and expressing it by listening the story. Now, in all of this strategy will be more effective if the teacher prior to that activity will be prepared and ready and plan the whole process of read aloud activity. So this is a sample of interactive read aloud. So that's it. If you want to watch the video, you can just scan my presentation. I'm gonna put also the link of the video. And if you have some question about this presentation, just let me know, and I'll be happy to, do some conversation. Have a great day. Bye for now.